trying out the Purple Panda mic set to negative 18 dB with a TRS to TRRS converter. Let's see if we can get better audio out of it than the Giant Squid. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to try the Rode 2, the Rode Lav 2. It's supposed to be a good microphone, but it's like $100 bucks. But I figured let me try the cheap ones first. Let's see if I can get acceptable audio without too much clipping and stuff. I haven't put all the miles on the other bikes lately, so I figured, you know what, let's dust off the Triumph. Come on up here, play for a day. Also, I've been getting pulled over a lot lately, and while I'm obviously about to break the speed limit on this, please, lady, turn right. Ah, you bitch. And you're gonna drive so slow, aren't you, lady? Yes, you are. Alright, we're gonna have to get around you. So I'm not gonna follow you at 4 miles an hour up the mountain. So what did I just say about riding this bike to maybe keep me out of trouble? But it'll keep the really high speed stuff down. Oh, an old ZX, like an old ZX11. Any good footage up in the mountains lately of the Speed Twin. I've been neglecting a little bit now that I got new shiny bikes. And you sometimes forget just how satisfying this thing is to ride up here. And it is. It's a joy. I keep thinking of selling it, and then I come up here and I'm like, oh, why would I sell this bike? Dude, get in your lane. I'll have to look back at the video, but I think it was on his phone. Every time I go, yeah, I'm gonna sell this thing, and then I make the mistake of riding it, and I'm like, oh, I love this bike. I just can't keep justifying having 3 bikes in the garage. Alright, truck up ahead, we're gonna have to find a place to pass. So much fun. Just glides around the turns. The brakes are phenomenal. They're better than the NT10s, without a doubt. Doesn't have the electronics, the quick shifter, and the power, but the suspension and the brakes on this are actually better than the MT10. Now, that may change as soon as I get all my parts come in, and GMD CompuTrack does the Nitron shock and redoes the forks and all that stuff. That should radically change the MT10, but right now it's got the better suspenders and the better brakes. And it doesn't have all the electronic wizardry or the power. It's got enough on a road like this. It's like, where are you going to put down, fudge. Where are you going to put down 150 horsepower? Oh, you got to be shitting me. Look at these assholes doing under the speed limit. I'm just gonna pick them off one at a time. What are all these clowns doing up here? I thought we were gonna get a nice clean run. Nope. All the city folks coming up. if these guys get out ahead of the bikes, a couple cars, yeah, just a wall of traffic. So there'll be one day, it's a whole group coming up here for something. There, Jesus Christ. 4. And as soon as I see it, I can get some clear track ahead. Sake, come on. On their phone. On their phone, because they don't know where they're going. If I was up in the car, it would be more enraging, because I'd really have no, I mean, the Mustang's fast, but it takes so much more room, and it's easier to dart in and out of cars on a little bike. Especially a plucky, torquey little one. Yeah, mainly you're in 3rd and 4th gear the whole time. It's perfect. I mean, I could probably do 2nd here, but this thing's got torque. You just go walk and start pulling right off the turn. It's a beautiful thing. I guess now's a good time to talk about, you know, the update to doing the 17-tooth sprocket, which I spoke out against to some people, and on a stock bike I would not do it unless you're just a highway rider, you know. If you want to drive sporty and ride sporty and come up in the mountains and play, if you have a stock bike, leave the gearing alone. They're like, oh, it gets rid of some of the snatchiness. No, yeah, because you're making the bike accelerate slower. You're reducing the mechanical advantage that the motor applies to the rear wheel. You're lowering your acceleration. Imagine instead of riding around in 2nd gear, you're just going up to 3rd gear. 3rd gear becomes your 2nd gear. So instead of having 1 to 6, you have 2 through 7. Which is nice for when you're just cruising. Jesus Christ, dude. I just saw that thing coming at me and I was like, oh, is he going to go wide? It's not the bikers I worry about up here. Yeah, maybe a couple bikers, but it really is the out-of-towners. Like, oh, let's go up to the mountains, and they don't know how to drive up here. They don't know the roads. They don't know which turns are off camber. What's up, señorita? Arrived. Go get myself a goddamn chicken sandwich and continue on my way. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all later. All right, everybody. gonna leave 2 wheels of suches. And I ran into a guy I ran into the other day. Watches my channels, Walter Ward. He just told me and I already forgot. I'm so bad with freaking names. So he was like, I was like, I want to follow you. It's like, all right, I'm on the Triumph today, so we're on bikes that are a bit more on parity. For being May, it is not that warm. Like, sitting there is comfortable, but it's actually a little chilly. Probably should have worn my leather jacket today. Alright, we are in sport mode. Get a few turns in to get just a little bit of heat in the tires. Everything's zipped up. Try to not get pulled over today. Normally I would do this run and head over to Richard Russell, but every time I've been on Richard Russell lately, I'm getting pulled over. Luckily, I've not gotten tickets, but I am not going to push my luck. They are heavily patrolling that road. And what makes that road fun is to be able to just really rip through those turns. But if I can't do that, then it's like, not as much fun. So we're going to do this road because you don't have to go fast to have fun. And then we'll go 180 over to 1775 and up over the mountain down into Helen. That's a really good twisty road and has seen a lot less police action of late. Tire marks. Whoever car did this had posi traction. Can't leave marks like that without posi traction. Or so I hear. Alright. Almost to the twisty parts. The first little set of twisties. I've been up here in a while trying to remember what gear. I guess I go 3rd gear in this turn. Oh, little horses out there. Sweet. Don't pull out. Alright, I don't know where Walt went. We just lost him. He'll be back. He was like, don't leave me on the straights. Like, well, this is not a straight line bike. I mean, I might have more power than him, but this road is not about straights and high speed, and it's about corner speed. It's a very nice technical road, especially when we get up into the real technical part. And there, I'm not going to be going much over the speed limit, because one mix-up and one little oopsie, and you're like, I gotta climb out of this 80-foot ravine. And the bike, fug it, bike's gone. Zed's dead. Yeah, it's actually a bit brisk. I think it's only in the 70s. The audio's coming out good. I won't know until I get home and see if this shit's usable. Sport bike up ahead. Let's go play with the sport bike. want to go play with the sport bike, but I don't want to be a dick and leave my riding partner here. Maybe we're lucky and this guy's going to turn off into the state park. Nah, I'm never that lucky. Alright. We need to pass this guy if we can. Oh, everybody's up from Florida. I could pass, but I wouldn't leave him enough room. I thought about it, trying not to be a dick, but I really want to catch up to that guy. Because up here, it's going to come down to who's the better rider. You know, it's not going to be, well, you got on an R6 versus that. You can be up here on an R1. If you're a better rider than me, you're going to beat me. Everybody's sightseeing. It's always somebody from Florida. Come on. Come on. It's a guy with his girl in the back on a CBR 1000. Old Street Fighter 1098. I wonder if that's mine. It's not a fair fight if he's got his girl in the back. To the top of the hill and wait for him. I don't know if he knows the roads or not. I don't know what we're doing down in the gully there, but alright, we'll wait for him. Hello, puppy. There he is. more technical bits. Not going to go real faster here. I mean, we're going to catch up to the CBR, but that was the bike you want in here. DRZ 400 with like some race slicks. We're good. Just go. Don't get target fixated on the big left-hander coming up. It's a little bit off camber. Doesn't look like it from the camera angle, but it's a wonky turn. People go off of it all the freaking time. So look down through the turn and look over there. Don't look up the hill. You'll go right off. Love the brakes. Big ass Brimbos. Really nice road. I didn't used to like it because it was so technical, and I was always on bikes like that on a CBR 1000. But the naked bikes with the wider bars and more upright position is actually easier to ride quickly down a road like this. Where's he? I don't see him. Make sure he's not. Where the hell did he go? There he is. Make sure he's not in the ditch. There's some tricky turns. I don't know what his skill level is. I don't know when you're watching this later. I'm not trying to dog in anyway. I haven't ridden with you before, so I don't know what your skill level is. I also don't know how many times you've been down this road. This is a road that you kind of need to know. You're not going to go quickly your first time down it by yourself without someone to follow. There's a lot of blind turns, off camber. The braking zones on a couple of the turns are kind of weird. So you sort of need to know the road to have a comfort level to go quick. Not a bad little run. Yeah, we'll pull over at the top of this over here and see what his thoughts are. Oh, but it is a nice day. A little chilly for May anyway. I mean, I'm comfortable. I'm not sweating at all, which is nice. off it here.
Don't go slow.
No worries. I was just
800.
yeah, it's fine. It's all about corner speed there.
Yeah.
And coming off the turn. But
How long were you waiting for me that first time you stopped?
I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. I got around that guy and I was there maybe 10-15 seconds, and then he passed me, and then I was waiting. I was just, you know, because I haven't ridden with you before, so I don't know what your skill.
I've never hit that road.
Well, that was the other thing. Even if you've been riding a while and have skill, if you haven't been on that road and don't know it,
Never been on that road.
yeah, it's technical. And if you
60 a couple times.
60s,
All the way from Demonagood to Morganton.
Yep.
I know that road.
that's a good road. This is fun, but if you fuck up, you might be 80 feet down in a ravine.
Yeah, I saw myself coming into a couple corners. Plus, you got dual brakes. I got one brake.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, these are Brem. This is the same setup that was on my Panigale. I mean, these are great brakes.
beautiful fucking bike.
Thanks. All right, let's go that way. Side's actually kind of fun. As long as you don't get stuck behind cars. Alright, we'll slow down, see if he catches up. I think I see him. There he is. Yeah, this is an off-camber right. Road falls away to the left a little bit. Gotta be careful not to go in too hot. A bit like a roller coaster through here. Thank you. Slow down. Maybe they'll stay over long enough for. And we didn't make it past. Bumps in this pavement. Smoother pavement for 30 yards. It's amazing how many signs in Georgia are shot up. Like, people in the South are crazy. No, they're not that crazy. Every sign everywhere has bullet holes in it. Like, maybe there's a little bit of crazy. Better a road sign than a classroom, I always say. I'll wait for him to catch up and find a place to pull over, take a little break for a second. I think that's going to be all. It's going to be all of it for today. Got out, picked up a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, and got to hit a few of my little roads I like to hit. Got to play a bit. Got to say hey to Ron and some of those guys. No, not a bad day. I'm gonna go home and get ready for Memorial Day pool party tomorrow. I got like 6 racks of ribs to prep and a bunch of other stuff. Make sure everything's ready to go so I can be up at throwing everything in the smoker at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, hopefully the audio came out and all this shit's usable. And hopefully you enjoyed the absolutely beautiful ride through the mountains today. So we covered 60 from Dahlonega up to Suches. Then we took Route 180, which is Wolfgang Gap, over to Blairsville on the backside of Blood Mountain, and then continued on 180 to this road, which is 1775. One of these days we'll go back up and go north, and that takes us up to Hiawassee. Then there's a really nice road around Lake Burton. And yeah, all in all, some good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut down, and we'll see all you cats some other time.